All right, guys, this is the second video that I'm going to show you guys tonight. I'm going to go over a couple of things to finish off our ECU game, and then we're actually going to work our way backwards, and we're actually going to take a look at our game versus Cretan, which I think overall has been our best game so far. There's some things that I think we have done well, some things we still need to work on. Okay, so at the end of my first video, we talked about some issues that we're having with Atlanta. All right, the next one we're going to take a look at is Vandy. So right now we get a blocked shot that goes out of bounds, and we're going to set up Vandy. All right. So right now we're talking about huddling, getting in our position. Right now we do a decent job of getting to where we need to ourselves, but then we have a serious communication problem. So if we take a look at Jackson and Luke underneath the basket, we need to be shoulder to shoulder, and the 5 should have his head right underneath the net. All right. Once we get set, I don't think either of us know which direction we need to go. We've got Jackson looking this way. We've got Luke looking this way. Cole looks like he's running the correct play going over the top. Kyle's drifting up. And somehow, miraculously, we almost get a drop down to Luke on the backside just by random chance, okay? It doesn't work. We don't get an exact look, but guys, that's something we really need to clean up, all right? Next, we're actually going to transition from this possession into Prince. So let's take a look at our spacing, see our action. We go slot to slot. We get a good cut, and look at, if we're paying attention and we're actually peeking at the rim every time we catch the ball, look at that. What needs to happen right now is, instead of continuing on, if we know that there's nobody on the backside, we should seal this guy trailing us, number 34, at our back, and we should be throwing high-low to that back block, and we should be getting easy buckets here. But right now, we're continuing through. If we beat our man and he trails, plant, seal, and call for the ball. We've got a wide-open backside angle. There's nobody even close to the backside of the rim here. We pass the wing, and then Luke, instead of running our flare action, you decide to cut through, which isn't the worst thing in the world, but that's not how the play is designed. Okay, we need to pass. We step down, and then we roll over the top of Jackson, and if we don't get this ball as Cole's dribbling up, we slip, and then we get a ball reversal slot to slot, and Cole dives through. All right, so we need to work as hard as possible after we pass slot to slot to always cut in front of the defender's face. Okay, it's the same thing in Prince, and it's the same thing that we're going to run with 5, is we need to take one step and then step over the front of this guy and get through this passing lane so we're crossing our face and not just running behind people. Good action by Jack. He cuts through. We get a ball reversal. And look at that. Again, nobody on the backside. We can basically toss a lob here, and these guys are trailing us, but we just can't see it yet. We reverse it. We get a dribble drive. We almost get a layup anyways. All right. So I've got, I think, one more note that I put aside here. Actually, I got 2 notes. One of them is a positive. One of them's a negative. In this case, we're going to go to 11:45, and we're going to take a look at this possession. All right. We pass. We cut through. Spacing is so-so. All right. We get a one screen, crossover, step back. Out of a 10, I'd say that's like a 3 or 4 for a shot for us. Kyle, I know that you can make this shot, but I'd rather have you catch and shoot a 3 than a step back 3 off of Jackson's screen, okay? Yeah, let's just not do that. And then the last one I've got is actually from our second segment here. Let me just transition over. And we're going to go to 1:30, and we're going to watch this defensive possession, and then we're going to go watch the Cretan game. All right, so defensive possession coming up here. Let's go to full screen and take a look. And I hate listening to the audio. All right, so on this possession, we do a phenomenal job of forcing a bad shot. We need to crash the boards on this. Look at this pressure. Okay, look at our coverage. Okay, here's a red call. So we almost get an initial look here. Okay, we just don't get it closed in time off the dub. Okay, but good jump. This is a great exchange for a 1. Owen is all over number 34. No, in this case, I believe it's number 13. The dub's from 34. Good pressure. We almost get that red call. We get a ball reversal. We get a pass to the wing. Carson goes to put the clamps on. We get a pickup. And then we get a bad skip pass. So if we look at our rotation here, if we look at who's on the backside, in this case, we've got Luke sitting in help side. Looks like we've got, assuming Cole. Nope, that's Cole, and then we've got Dane. So when we look at this exchange, right now, Luke, we should be drifting to that spot. And you know what? If they get that skip pass, it's not the worst thing in the world. He drives baseline. He shoots the shot. And then we get a box out forcing 51 underneath. We should have this guy stepping in at 24. And then Owen, there's nobody in your zone. We should be stepping towards the basket and looking to rebound this. Instead, 24 gets an easy putback. All right. Let's switch and let's go to our Cretan film. All right. Let's see how synced up we are in this. All right. First possession we're going to take a look at is Quick. We're going to turn off the audio here. And we're going to go to our 17-second mark because guess who barely won that tip? All right. We'll practice that. All right. Quick's our first action. We get the spacing. Take a look at our entry. Not bad. We need to actually set a screen on Quick if we're expecting to create the spacing we need. Okay, this guy has to go over the top. He can't slip underneath. All right, so we get the dub action. We should be driving downhill and looking for a pass back. We get downhill. We get a skip. We space back out. We get right into 41. We get some good spacing. We get some great movement. Okay, we almost set a 2 screen there. We still have it. We pass down, and we get a great shot. All right, let's take a look at the minute 21 mark, and we're going to look at some 41 here. Right now, we get some good movement. What I want you to be looking for is Owen getting downhill off the screen. We're still kind of slow. If we go hard at the rim and we get into the paint here, we should be getting this defender to step in on us, and we should be setting up our offside, either corner or wing for either a catch and shoot or a dribble drive baseline. So let's take a look here. We step back, and instead of getting downhill, we settle for a step back pull-up instead of getting to the rim and finishing with a left hand or kicking it to the off wing or guard. Good crash the board. We keep the possession alive. We get another shot. Doesn't go in, but we get a second chance opportunity. All right. Now, if we take a look at our next possession, we get 2 passes and then a shot, which is definitely not ideal, but let's take a look at our movement. Okay, great cut through. We get a swing, top of the key. Now we get a decent clear look, but it's a little rushed. If we're going to get a catch and shoot, let's get it after the defense has had to work a little bit and not so quickly in the possession. Overall, if we make that shot, I'm not going to complain, but we didn't make it, so I get to complain. All right, let's fast forward to the next defensive possession, right around the 2:30 mark. Let's take a look here. All right, so let's rewind. The notes I've got here is Jack, do not let him cross your face. So take a look at where you're at right now. Watch him trace the free throw line, getting across. He comes across your face again. We need to deny that and not allow an easy post touch. All right? It's something we can work on. All right, let's take a look at some 41. Great ball reversal, good dribble drive, good dump down, easy bucket. Overall, guys, I could go through like 4 or 5 more videos of that, but if you guys can watch any bit of this before we're done and before we play tomorrow against Stillwater, bravo. Hopefully this is some helpful stuff for you. We'll definitely be watching more film on Friday, but this is just a little helpful tool.